Have you ever wondered why you can handle emergency situations with a calm heart rate, a steady blood pressure, a steady hand, but the thought of going to Costco or the thought of going to a public gathering makes you panic to the point of immobility? Fight, flight, or freeze. It's because we're wired different. My name is Matthew Heneghan. I was a paramedic for almost 17 years and a military veteran. So I feel like I have some unique perspective to offer on this topic because I live with it every single day. In 2017, I was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, major depressive disorder, and generalized anxiety disorder. And these are all things that I still face even now after almost 10 years in therapy. These are things that I have to navigate. And recently, I had to endure something that made me want to come on and talk to you guys about the central nervous system and about how first responder brains are wired completely different from that of our civilian counterparts. Basic training for veterans and first responder training for paramedics, police, and fire rewire our brain. They are designed to strip away our civilian tendencies. They're designed to take away the things that we have naturally learned to adapt to as civilians and as the wandering masses, because we have to do things and we are asked to do things that no ordinary person would do, such as run into that burning building, run toward gunfire, run toward chaos, when everyone else and every other instinct is telling you to run away from it. We are programmed and we are trained and hardwired to do the exact opposite of that thing. We are trained to react to emergency. They give us repetitive drills, especially in the military when it comes to weapons training, when it comes to tactics, when it comes to exposure to chaos and noise and violence. We are shown these things with great repetition so that when it does come time, we react almost on autopilot. We have muscle memory. We do things based on muscle memory. When it comes to paramedic training, there were hours and hours, late nights that we would spend in the classroom working on the dummies, working on the trauma dolls. And then during classes, they would have the interactive trauma dolls that would actually bleed, scream, cry, move. And it would change based on your treatment modalities. And so you would do something wrong and the patient would die, and then you would get corrective action from the paramedic instructor. And so then you would go back and do it again, and you do it again and again and again and again until it becomes repetitively autonomous. You become autopilot in situations where most people freeze or flight. And that is a necessity in training people like us, training first responders, because we have to be able to maneuver in the chaotic situation. There have been instances that I've seen where students freeze in the middle of a situation, but for the most part, by the time they get to the road assessment, they've had that autonomous training beat into them that even students who aren't fully trained yet, react and move and do things. And so the rewiring starts early and it happens really, really quickly. And when you do that as a career, you find yourself having to do that over and over and over again. It comes with consequence. It comes with a lasting impression. It starts to rewire your central nervous system because it has to. The environment that we're going into requires us to react quickly.